Hey, welcome back to another episode of Trash is Full. We are your hosts. I am Wes. With me is my smart, articulate, beautiful wife, Jackie.
That's right. All those things. All of the above.
Easy. This episode, we're going to be talking about getting older and being comfortable with it.
Oh. Is anybody comfortable with it?
I think so.
Are you? I mean, I feel like you are.
Yeah, I'm very comfortable with it. But I have a story for you that happened this week.
Ooh. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Okay, you ready?
Yes.
So, I think I'm going to need to get false teeth. I was drinking not tap water, but room temperature water, and it hurt my tooth.
Oh, that doesn't mean you need false teeth. That just means you have sensitive teeth.
It's just normal water.
That can happen. It can, yeah.
So the reason that my mind immediately went to I need false teeth is because so growing up, we weren't in the sticks, but like you had to drive a little ways to get to a doctor or a dentist. Mm-hmm. And our doctor was Dr. Lutz. Our dentist was Dr. Lutz. Old man. I think he might have had wooden teeth. I'm not sure. His teeth were gross.
That's
and I
how
was
you
like,
know he's good.
He's our dentist. And just did a real shitty job.
Aww.
But like he was everybody's dentist. Right. You know what I mean? And so I get into the military, and part of boot camp, like early on in the beginning of boot camp, you go through medical, you get examined, you go through the dentist, mm-hmm. and then if they find any problems, you know, they kind of write your name down off to the side, and at some point during boot camp, you're going to go back and get some work done. And when they were looking at my mouth during the exam, the lady, the person that was helping the dentist.
The assistant.
Yes.
Dental hygienist.
I think so. Mm-hmm. She said, "Does it hurt when you eat?" And I was like, "No." She was like, "You can eat a steak, no problem." I was like, "Yeah." She was like, "Oh, all right." And then, and they don't tell you what they find, or at least they didn't tell me what they found during like the boot camp visit. It's like, get in, check it out, get them out of here. And then I get called back, and I had to do so much work. And during our AIT, or tech school, as we call it in the Air Force, I had to go back so much. Like, they pulled teeth, they did root canals. Basically, he's like, who was your dentist growing up? And, you know, I told him about our backwoods dentist, and he was like, I basically have to go in and undo everything that he has done through your whole childhood and then redo it, and you're going to lose some teeth. And I was like, God damn.
Wow.
And then he said, you're probably going to need all new teeth before you're 40. And I was like, what the fuck? I was like, it doesn't hurt when I eat. Like,
wow.
Yeah. So that's why
So that is what makes you think, oh, like, here it is.
Well,
now,
yeah,
this is the moment.
I've thought about that just like once a year.
in the back of your mind.
Once a year, that thought will pop up. I'll be like, oh, man, my tooth hurts. And then that pops up.
Like, oh,
and then
false teeth.
Yesterday, I just drank from my water bottle. And I was like, oh, my God. And like I could see if it was iced. It was really cold.
Okay.
It was just normal room temp water. And I was like, oh, no.
Oh, no.
It's happening. So...
That's funny. Do all old people get false teeth? Like, is that a thing? Like, eventually they fall out, or is that only if you don't have good oral hygiene?
I would say not all old people have false teeth.
Okay.
And like, how old are you talking? I would say by like 90, you've lost some teeth.
So if you're like, you know, mid-80s, do you still have your real teeth? Or is that only if you've like taken really good care of them?
I don't know. I don't know the answer to that.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I definitely don't want false teeth. That seems like a pain in the ass.
Yeah. It's worse than having glasses.
Yeah.
But you can get those like permanent ones, right? Where they like
Oh my
basically
God. With the screws.
they enter screws into your gum and then they
I feel like I see like Facebook ads for that. Or
really.
something.
What I don't
I'm like,
like,
oh, that's a thing.
if I can get those, I'm cool with it. What I don't want is like, you know, when people have done a lot of drugs and their teeth have gone,
Yeah.
and then they go and they get either veneers or those, and they look way too big for their mouth.
Yeah, you can tell. It's real obvious, and
I don't want that.
Not attractive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No offense to anyone who's done drugs and had to get false teeth, but that's not the
it's
look
a
I'm
sign
going
of
for.
you bettering your life.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's great.
But that's not what I'm going for.
Not in your.
If I have to get that, I'd at least want to do all the drugs to earn.
No, you don't.
No, I don't.
No, that shit'll age you.
Oh, for sure.
Drugs, smoking.
Oh, smoking, so good.
It is, but boy, it will.
All right, so getting older, I don't think the age that you are freaks you out.
No.
But what happens to your body freaks you out.
Just, you reach a certain age where you start looking in the mirror and you're like, oh, that's new.
Like what?
Like
a lump?
No, a lump.
Or like
like a line.
Oh.
Gray hair. Like I found a gray eyebrow hair. I didn't know that like on my head, yeah, like that makes sense, but like on my face.
Yeah, gray bush.
Oh my God, stop it.
Gray bush is better than dead tooth, though. I think.
A lot of things are better than a dead tooth.
I'd rather have no tooth than a dead tooth.
Agree. I'd rather look at an empty spot in someone's mouth than, a gray tooth. It's just hanging on for dear life.
No, they're not. They're not falling out. They're just dead.
But why don't they fall out?
Because
the roots aren't dead?
Well, I think the root is dead. I don't know. I have to look that up on why a tooth is dead. But whatever's inside, it's kind of like me. It's dead inside.
Why does the color change?
Because it's dead.
Okay.
It's passed away.
I don't know. Yeah. No. But no, I just so recently turned 40, and that's such a big milestone for people.
You made it.
Back in the day, didn't they used to call it like you're over the hill, or is that 50?
Yeah, I think it's 50.
Whatever. I don't know.
It's like 40, you're still like halfway. Or you got a good shot at going
to
80. But 50, you're on the back end.
True. I just know that like on my inside, it doesn't match like what's starting to happen to my body on the outside. And like having kids doesn't help. I read there was a study done. And so mothers, so if you are a mom, if you have given birth to a live child, it does something to the cells in your body and it makes them age 11 years faster.
Per kid?
I don't know. I mean, I'm hoping that's not the case.
You're like 120 at this point.
Holy shit. Yeah, but I was just thinking, I was like, God damn, yeah, that makes sense.
But don't cells die a lot and then new ones are made all the time?
I don't know.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
But this just says that they age faster.
Yeah, so they die and then you get new ones faster.
But I don't think that's for your entire life, right? Because if that was the case, you'd live forever. If you were just constantly making new cells, like your body would never wear down.
No, I think...
Right?
I don't know. We need a doctor. But I still think organs can shut down.
Regardless of your age.
Yeah.
So, yeah. There are 25-year-olds that have heart attacks.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, but no, I don't want to get older. I don't want to look older.
Okay, that's what you really mean.
Okay. I don't want to look older. I don't feel old. I don't think I act old or...
You act old.
No, I don't. How so?
I don't know. You're just so old bitty.
Old Biddy.
I don't know. It
In
doesn't
bed
bother
at
me.
9.
Yeah. I don't know. It doesn't bother me.
Tell me why. Tell me why.
I don't know. I don't know. I've always had crow's feet, like since I was like 20.
Shit, no, you have not.
Yeah.
I like to call them laugh lines, by the way.
I mean, that's cool. You can call it whatever you want, but it's a sign of aging, right?
It's a sign that you know
Weathered.
you know how to have a good time.
That I did. And maybe I'm just grateful that I made it this far.
Okay.
And one thing I want to talk about later is like I let go of the fear of my own death like a long time ago.
Yeah, that's weird.
And we'll get to that.
Okay.
But I don't know. I have
So your physical evidence of aging, gray hairs,
yeah.
fine lines, weight gain sometimes that comes along with getting older, like
That part's a bummer.
yeah.
Um
And obviously it's not, I mean,
It's controllable.
Yes.
That's the one part of
Yes.
it that's more controllable than I can't help it if a hair turns gray or a gray hair comes out. Like,
yeah,
but I can.
control your diet and exercise.
Yeah,
I feel like as you get older, you need
that's even more
to like
important.
really, yeah.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Yeah, I know. I remember back in the day, oh my gosh, in high school, I felt like I ate McDonald's like almost every day.
I would say daily. Yeah.
Yeah. And my breakfast would be Pop-Tarts.
Yes.
Right?
So, all right. So every day. So Jackie and I met in high school. Every day, I'm usually at school before you.
No, that's not true. I was
Oh, no, you
always
were at
there
school before
first.
me.
I lived right across the street. I was there pretty early.
I would come in through the side door, and then I'd walk towards the senior hallway, which is where you were. And you were always sitting on the floor eating either Pop-Tarts or, do you remember what else?
Mini muffins.
Yes, mini muffins. And you would be frantically copying someone else's homework.
That's probably true too.
And then I would come in and I would just look down at you and
You just shake your head.
shake my head. Like, eating like shit. Didn't do your homework. Will
But
you
that
marry me?
metabolism though,
Yeah.
like
Your hip bones.
people thought I had an eating disorder, but yet here I am eating Pop-Tarts and mini muffins and going to McDonald's every day.
Yeah. Can't do that now.
Like, leave me alone. No. I feel like if I have fast food more than once a week, it's I just feel gross now. You know what I mean? So, but I've definitely gotten like more active recently just because like I don't want to
Is that why you've been doing it?
feel old. It's kind of a trifecta. It's definitely I feel better when I do it. Mentally it helps too. And then I don't want to be overweight either. So I want to, and I like being strong like that when I'm able to lift things, open things, you know what I mean? Like on my own, or like I get a lot of satisfaction out of it. So
That's cool.
I like to be strong.
Let's hit them squats, baby.
I know. So yeah, I'm not looking forward to it. I'll tell you that. Because I feel like to like just getting older. Like right now I'm using the creams.
Oh, dude, you've been using creams since we met.
Well, no. Not in high school.
Since 20s for sure.
No, I'd say 30s is kind of when I was like, oh, probably should. But I love the sun.
Yeah.
And then of course, Jersey Shore days,
God.
Everybody was using those tanning beds,
You were in the tanning bed
which
multiple times a week.
yeah, it was almost every day.
Yeah.
But looking back, I wish I wouldn't have done it. But what can you do? I'm trying to correct it now, but might be too late.
That's the bad part. You can't correct some mistakes.
No. You know, and I color my hair. And it's just a lot of work. It's a lot of upkeep now.
Don't do that.
You know, no. I am not, like, I admire people, women that can embrace that. They can embrace the gray hair. They can embrace the fine lines and going without makeup and all that good stuff. I don't know if I will ever be that type of person. And I don't know if it's a self-esteem thing or if I just like to, it makes me feel good doing it. It makes me feel good knowing that I'm, you know, look a certain kind of way.
In my mind, it's in your head, you look a certain way.
Yeah.
And then when you look in the mirror, you're like, oh, I don't look exactly the way I think I do in my head.
Okay.
So I'm going to try to correct that. And whatever that vision is in people's heads, it seems to be, I mean, it's obviously when they were younger, but it's like their mid-20s.
Those are the glory days.
And that's why you see people dress the same way up until they're like almost dying. And then all old people just start dressing the same.
You're right. Why is that? No, well, I mean, there are some like trendy older people.
Yeah, I'm not saying 100%. It just seems to be that way. But I'll tell you a secret. And maybe this isn't maybe this isn't all men. But the women who like truly embrace it and are extremely confident and they have the gray hair and they don't wear a lot of makeup, but like they're super comfortable with themselves. Like that sort of confidence is extremely sexy.
Yeah, I think you're right about that until like you have to see and live with that person day in and day out. I don't know. I feel like the novelty of that would wear off and then it wouldn't be
like,
as
get your ugly ass
anymore. You'd be like, well, that was fun, but I'm
I'm
going to need you to slap on a coat of lipstick for me, please.
It's not the looks that is attractive. It is the confidence that they have that's attractive.
Yeah. I have confidence. I just don't want my hair to be gray.
Yeah.
Like,
but like when you put on makeup or you put on like lipstick, I'm not like, oh damn. Like it's, you know what I mean? Like that, like if you think that that's what I need, like
no.
please don't.
No,
okay.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I'm doing it for me.
Okay.
I'm not doing it for you.
Okay.
Because you don't care about that.
Yeah.
I could be wearing baggy sweatpants and a ripped t-shirt.
You usually are. So.
And you're like all over it. So yeah.
As long as you like me.
I'm like I don't know what to do to get you to leave me alone.
I mean, you were over 200 pregnant for 5 years of our life. So like, it don't stop me.
Yeah. Yeah. I know.
It's love, babe.
It's hot.
Or you're like judging me. Like, how could you?
No, it's your pregnant wife with your child. That should be really attractive, right?
Well, it's
a pregnant mother.
It's not going add adjectives and stuff.
Oh, okay.
So this came up in conversation. We were talking about anxiety. Not you and I. I was talking to Kyle and Dave, my brother. Talking about anxiety, and someone mentioned that they had, like, I can't remember if he said he had a fear. No, he didn't say he had a fear of dying. I asked if he had come to terms with his own death. And the answer was no. And it actually was a childhood fear. And like, that's why he wasn't scared of the dark growing up. He didn't want to go to bed by himself because He was afraid of dying.
He thought he would die in his bedroom?
Yeah. Not to laugh at him,
Jesus.
but I'm just saying, like, so I asked a question like, hey, have you come to terms with your own death? And most people are like, no, like, I don't think about that at all. Are you one of those people?
I don't think I'm going to die, so.
And don't you think that's a little naive?
No.
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 And why is that?
I don't know. I don't know if I like believe in reincarnation or what it is, but I just feel a certain kind of way about it. And that is that it's just not going to happen to me.
But like at some point, this body that you have will be lights out.
Mm-hmm.
Do you ever think about that?
No,
Why?
because it's not going to happen.
It's definitely going to happen.
No,
Why?
it's not.
Doesn't that sound crazy?
It does, but I don't know. I feel like I've already lived like lifetimes, so I feel like it's just gonna go on to something else. It's not gonna be a final.
And that, hey, I can't say that's not true.
Yeah,
right? Who knows?
Who
But
knows?
what I do know is your current meat sack is going to
Well, I know. I
clock
told
out.
you. I look in the mirror every day, and I'm like, oh my gosh, it's just getting worse and worse.
The thought of that freaks a lot of people out, so they don't like to think about it.
No, it doesn't freak me out.
Because you just don't think about
Well,
it.
I've had a lot of. Well, I don't want to say a lot. A few like close encounters with dying, drowning, a lot of things where it could have happened, and it just didn't. So I feel like there's a reason for that.
Oh, are you a? And I know the answer to this, but
I don't think you do.
maybe not.
Go ahead and ask.
Are you a everything happens for a reason person?
I don't know. I honestly don't even know what that means anymore.
What do you mean?
Like everything happens for a reason.
You used to say
Like
that
I
quite a
met
bit.
you for a reason.
Right. You used to believe that.
Yeah. I like halfway believe that, but I also think that, you can make your own choices. Like there is no like, what do they call it? A divine path or whatever. Like this is what you were supposed to do, meant to do, and for your
Destiny.
life. Yeah, there you go. I don't think.
Well, so what changed that? Because that used to be something you'd say quite often.
I don't know. Just maybe life experience. I think it is what it is more my mantra now.
Which drives me nuts.
It is what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, that's interesting. I didn't know that your perspective had shifted.
Yeah. I don't know. I guess I just don't care anymore.
You're like, I don't leave the house. Who gives a shit?
Yeah. It is what it is.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, it is.
That's interesting.
Isn't it? Yeah. Do you know what's funny? Like the reason it got me like thinking about this too is not only like do I look at myself and I'm like, oh my God, like things are changing and it's not getting better, right? Oh, I know that sounds really bad. I'm not hideous or anything, but but
It's not good, but it's not
I
ruined.
have all my teeth, all right. So,
Yeah.
but like I'll see people, right? Like celebrities or like people that like we went to school with, and like you see them and you're just like, oh wow, like you see like someone else's mortality, and that makes you kind of like reflect more on your own and like your own.
Oh, so you're like, oh, that person got really old.
Yeah.
Or looks really old.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you're like, oh my gosh, like when other people look at me, do they think, oh my gosh, like she looks really old or she got really old? Like I don't know. It just really got me thinking about it when I notice those things. When I see people, I'm like, oh wow, like you changed a lot in 5 years.
I'll see people that are that we either knew growing up or like that I know is my age, or I'll meet someone and we'll get to talking and be like, oh, how old are you? And I'm like, God damn, you look old.
You look terrible.
Like, I'm older than you. You look.
Who do you think has it easier in terms of like aging and like appearance? Like, do you think men have the advantage or do you think women do?
Are you kidding me? Men have it way better.
Okay, why is that?
Because when they get...
As long as they have their hair.
So, okay.
Is that what you're...
So you have to have... You can't be extremely overweight.
Mm-hmm.
You have to have your hair.
You can have a dad bod. That's okay.
And you have to have your teeth.
Yeah. Nice teeth. Not just teeth.
Yeah. They can't be dead.
No dead teeth.
Or missing.
No dead tooth, please.
If you've got those three and you turn gray, you're now more attractive.
True. Especially if you got a gray beard.
It
too.
shows,
A
wisdom.
little salt and pepper.
You're typically more stable at that age. You're typically earning more money at that age.
There you go.
You know, you're wiser. You've calmed down. You've got all the, I need to hang out with my friends things. That's out of your system. Yeah, that's the silver fox.
That's true. Yeah, I guess as long as you have your hair.
And if you
can pretty much go maintenance free.
If you don't have your hair, then you have to go completely bald and you need to be in good shape. That's, I think, the kicker.
Because people can overlook that if you have a...
Well, I mean, when you're in shape and you're bald, The Rock, Vin Diesel, you know what I mean? Like,
true. It just kind of goes along with it.
It's kind of like a bad boy type thing.
Yeah.
But if you're overweight and bald, it's like, hey, strike two. You haven't even met yet.
Okay. That's interesting. Yeah, that's true. Because
we didn't have babies, so like our bodies don't have to recover from that, one, when we're young, and then two, like I'm sure there are lasting effects as you get older, like you said.
Well, a lot of women, they carry that baby weight around their midsection, right?
Fupa.
Yeah. And that doesn't go away. Like as you age, that actually gets worse.
Plenty of women who have kids that don't have that.
Yeah. They have strict diets and exercise probably several hours a day.
Well, I don't know, but...
And a lot of the times it's only because you've had like one kid.
Right.
Like that's a lot easier to kind of bounce back from. I think anything 2+, it just makes it difficult for so many reasons because you've got twice as many kids to now chase around, which means you have less time to eat right and exercise. So your body and health gets kind of put by the wayside, and it's hard to come back from that.
2+, you're gonna weigh 2+.
Yeah.
Yeah, men don't have to deal with any of that.
Yeah, they don't, do they?
Now, I think it's becoming a trendy thing. Men now have the creams, and men get Botox, and you know what I mean? It's now, I'm not gonna say it's okay, but like it's a thing now where men will get manicures, pedicures. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
I know what you're thinking.
No.
Sebastian. Yeah.
Pentagon toenail.
Oh. Hold on, babe. One sec. And we're back. Okay. We're talking about getting older, and there's no better evidence than aging than when your kids get old. And tomorrow, child number 2 graduates from high school. How you feeling?
Fine.
Yeah? Nothing different?
No, not really.
Okay.
I think it's only big when it's the first one. And then, I don't know. I mean, I'm like excited and proud, and maybe when I see him up there and he crosses the podium and all that. But I mean, it is what it is.
I got to get on these meds that you're on. Do you think that's changed your outlook in any way?
Oh, maybe.
I didn't put that together until just now.
Yeah, it's possible. I mean, the anxiety's down, so I'm a lot less like on alert about things, but yeah, it's possible.
What about when he like leaves?
It won't be bad for like probably a week, and then it'll be noticeable.
It'll be real.
Yeah.
It'll be permanent.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's gonna be gone for a while before
I know.
he comes back.
I know. That's, yeah. So.
Like 6 months.
Yeah. Well, we'll get to see him at Christmas, he said.
Yeah, he
So,
leaves in July, and so he'll be back at Christmas. So
yeah.
that'll be the first kid that's like left the house permanently.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I don't know. I'm interested to see how I'll feel.
Yeah, me too. I mean, there's a lot of people here, so
Yes.
it's kind of
Yeah.
hard to notice when
And
one's not here.
as of late, in the last 2 years or so, like his presence is like near us has become less and less because
Yeah.
he's just kind of.
Well, I mean, I think about when I was in high school and his age. Like,
Oh yeah, he never saw me.
I wasn't downstairs watching TV with my parents or anything. Like, I was in my room or I was out.
Yeah.
You know, like kids just want their space and privacy at that age. So it makes me a little sad sometimes, but like I get it. So I don't try to force anything.
If your 18-year-old self, 19, 20-year-old self could come back in time and talk to him at 18, what would you tell him?
I don't know. I feel like he's doing like the advice that I would give him to do.
Really?
Yeah. You know, he's choosing his own path. Not going to school. Do you know what I mean? Like, which is always what people tell you to do. Like, that's what you're supposed to do after high school is go to college.
Yeah, that's stupid. I mean, not for everyone, but.
And so he knew, like, years ago that this is what he wanted to do. And he stuck with it, which tells me that it's something that he really wants to do. So,
Any practical advice you'd want to give him? Like, don't underage drink or
no.
like nothing like that.
Why would I tell him not to do that when I did it?
What? That's what I'm saying. Like, you got to live and
But
learn.
I didn't get in trouble for it.
Right.
So why would I tell him not to do that?
Because he might get in trouble.
It's possible, but he might
Yeah.
not too.
Yeah.
So, I mean, just be smart about it if you are going to do stuff like that.
One thing I was thinking about the other day is, you know, our oldest turned 20. Next year he'll be 21. What do you do? Like, because he's not a party guy. Like,
No.
he doesn't have that wild streak like you and I had. But, like, when you're 21, like, you're supposed to have your first drink or whatever. Like,
Yeah, but why is that? I don't think that's I don't think that's a thing anymore. Like with
No?
this generation, no, it's
Okay.
really not a big deal.
okay.
Like no one's trying to push anything on anybody.
But let's say he decides when he's 21, he's like, I'm going to have a beer every once in a while when I come home from work. And he's got them in the fridge. Is that going to be weird?
No.
No?
No.
I think it'll be super weird.
Really?
To see him because of his
Well, for one,
personality.
he's not going to.
I know.
'Cause, he wouldn't like the taste.
Yeah.
So
No one does it first.
yeah, that's because the purpose of doing it is to get drunk.
Yeah.
And have a good time.
And everyone else is doing it.
He has no.
I think you're right.
No.
But I just think it would be really weird if I just came home and he's like
Really?
sitting on the couch, cracked a cold one.
Well, I remember like when I was like drinking in front of my parents for the like first time, it was kind of weird. Even though I was probably, you know, over 21. Like I was well into my 20s probably.
2 kids, 3
yeah, like
Really?
But it was just kind of weird. But now I don't care. Yeah. But I don't curse in front of my parents because that's just rude.
Let's talk about that.
Yeah.
Our kids curse in front of us,
Just one.
too. Annie will do it, too.
Mm-mm.
She won't do it in front of you. She'll do it in front of me. Or maybe she doesn't think I can hear.
I mean, I can hear her like when she's by herself or when she's hanging out with the boys, but she won't do it in front of me.
I don't like it.
I guess I'm used to it now.
Yeah, I don't like it. Like every time, I'm just like, you got no manners.
Yeah, I mean, when he's dropping F-bombs and stuff, it's a little uncomfortable. I'm just like, dude, but...
We've told him multiple times, like...
Yeah, but I mean, he's 18.
Watch your fucking mouth. Yeah.
It's, you know...
Yeah, I think I'm sure he'll grow out of it.
I would never do that, but that's just because, yeah, wouldn't go over well, so...
You think your mom would say something?
Yeah, oh, for sure.
Really?
Yeah.
Even now, you're 40 years old.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, it's disrespectful. Like, that's just not how we communicate.
Yeah.
So.
I'm sure I've cursed in front of my mom.
Like, maybe. Like, yeah, I've maybe said, like, shit or, like,
yeah,
hell.
That's what I mean.
Like, those, but, like, it's not part of my regular vernacular when I'm in conversation with her.
Dude, I was editing a video. Actually, it was the poop one. And if I would have taken a shot every time you like dropped the F-bomb, I was like, man, I'd be drunk. Do you remember that? Or no, it was how many times you said shit. That's what it was.
Oh, yeah, because I had to clean up shit. So that's why I said it a lot. Cleaning it up.
I love people's comments online. That shit cracks me up.
Yeah, I guess. I'm trying to avoid reading them.
Yeah?
Yeah. I don't want my feelings to get hurt. I'm sensitive.
Yeah, I don't know. I just think it's funny.
As long as they're nice.
Only say nice things about me.
Only say nice things, please, internet.
Yeah. How many times do you just go on and leave a nice comment?
I never leave negative ones.
I never leave any comments.
I'll leave thoughtful ones, something that'll add to whatever it is. But if I feel a negative way or if I'm like, this is stupid, like, I'll just move on.
Yeah.
I don't take time out to, like, be negative like that.
Yeah.
I don't know why people do. Maybe they're just doing it to get a rise.
I think
like
most of the times,
Like, they just want that attention, which is kind of sad. Like, you can get attention for being positive, too.
Yeah, but not as quickly or as much.
True.
If you can be,
I'm sorry
polarizing.
that your parents didn't give you hugs. I don't know.
And that's why my love language is affection. I like hugs.
Yeah.
And I don't care about your hair color. Well, babe, I feel like we did it.
It's good spot to end.
We're getting old. We got to go to bed.
We're getting old. It's bedtime.
Yeah. All right. We'll end it there. Until next week, we'll see ya.
Yeah. Thanks for tuning in. Bye.